Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with your same module, that is a web applications development, and the same session, that is session number 5, that is a web perception application. In the last class we have finished with the chapter number or session number 4, that is session 4. Then we have started with the session 5 in the last class only, that is a web perception application. So let's start with the previous class session and then move to the session number 5, that is a then move to today's topic, that is the design of the database. So first of all, let's start with in the last class, that is session number 5, that is a web perception application. So let's start with the previous class session first of all. So we have started with the session number 5. So there is an introduction. So whenever I want to perceive some messages, applications on the web, that is perceived by the web application or web perception application. That is, different messages are shown on the screen, that is done by the web perception application. So in the last class we have started with the introduction of this session, that is application important for the politician are displayed on the web. So that is a web perception application that is used for the politician, that is used for the information agencies and product the promoters. Hi Larry, how are you? Hello Larry, how are you? So in the last class we have started with the importance of the information, that is what are the various information agencies, what are the various product promoters, news media, educators, and many more. And it is an essential task for the information agency with the responsibility to disseminate the facts to the public about the local and the global events. So what are the various global and the local events? Everything is information, every information is available on the web. That is session number 5, that is the web perception application. And the news promoter may have several options for effect presentation. Who is presenting the news, they have several options for effect presentation. For example, it may be discussed in a text form, that may be discussed in a text form, that may be displayed in a table, that is either available in the text form, either available in the text box or table, either expressed in a graphical chart, so that may be a graphic, or that may be expressed in histograms, that may be read from a video or audio recording. For example, I am recording my session, so you can contact the, or you can take the sessions if you are not present in the class, right? Then played as a video, so this is also used as a played as a video. That is also the fact, that is also the session number 5, that is our perception application. And the problem is that we have little knowledge about the relative effects on the public of different multimedia options. One approach to learn about the effects or impacts of different alternative fact representation on the public opinion can be to design and carry out the experiment using the web. So whatever the experiment that is carried out, that is represented by using the experiment, that is using the web. A web experiment must satisfy the general principle for the experimental design. So what are the various or whether they are the experimental design, that will be highly dynamic web application, that is we can move the application from one part to the another part. In this session, we shall study the design and implementation of such an experimental limited to the three first presentation forms listed above. The first step is to create a system that simulates the alternative presentation to the public. That is, what is the main system, that is by which the information is available to the public, that is simulating the alternative presentation to the public. As already pointed out, such a system can be designed and implementing using a web application development. So there is a web application development that is presenting in a web application environment. And the next step is to be recruited participant to participate in the experiment. Ideally, the participant should be a representative sample of the population which we want to inform. That is, whatever the information that is represented in this one, that is represented in the form of the recruited information. That is difficult to volunteer, that is difficult to strategy, or that may decrease the representative of the sample. So whatever the idea, whatever the representative sample of the population, that may be represented in a strategical form. And the perception of each participant from the exposed presentation. So whatever the exposed presentation that is available, that may be represented, or that may be carried out with the different chats, and that is carried out with the different perception that is measured and recorded and finally be tested for the significant differences. So whatever the presentation, whatever the sample that is available, that is used with the data that is used with the content that satisfy the requirement of the users. As an example, in this session, we'll illustrate the experimentations on the net by a set of the 25 socioeconomic facts. So whatever the socioeconomic fact that is written by, that is used with the socioeconomic fact, which we present in alternative ways and observe how the participants perceive the different presentation. That is, what are the various different presentation by which the participant can perceive the different opinions. The recruited participants are recorded by their individual attributes, which permitted to classify their expressed perceptions according to the participant categories. That is, they are participated in a different category. So there is a different socioeconomic facts that is represented in the socioeconomic category that is represented by the individuals according to the participant category. A keyword, this is one of the important line. A keyword distributed to each recruited participant give access to the experiment and serves to keep input from the participants separated. So whatever the participant that is separated, that is a keyword that give access to the experiment and serves to seek the input, keep the input from the participant separated. So whenever the participant is separated from this one, that is used with the participant separation, and each participant in the experiment will be presented with the random sequence of the facts. So whatever the random sequence, that is represented with the random sequence of the facts. The representation of each fact is also randomly determined. So whatever the fact, that is randomly determined by the representation of these facts. The presentation is displayed for each participant for a period of random length. So this is represented, or this is displayed for the participant for a period of the random length, and following each presentation the participant will receive a form for the reporting his perception of selected characteristics that is connected to the fact. So whatever the connection that is a connection that is to the round, that is the perception of the selected fact that is represented with the various scenario. And the purpose of the randomization of presentation and time is to avoid any systematic influence on the whatever the scenario that is represented. That is the randomization of the presentation and the fact, that is to avoid any systematic influence on the result. The experiment that have been carried out with several groups, a published paper that is in the PDF format. So this is a PDF format that we are going to design. So this is next topic is the outline of the design that is represented in this one. So figure 1 gives an outline of the experiment. So this is overview of the experiment, that is how the web applications participate, or how the web represent the information on the web. That is how the information will be represented on the web. This gives an outline of the experiment. This is the experiment that is given. We implement a CFMX application system with the database as a backend component for keeping the references to a gallery of presentation. So whatever the presentation that is carried out, that is carried out as a backend component for keeping references to the gallery of the presentations for storing the feedback from the participants. So this is the storyline that is given for seeking the feedback from the presentation. There is a browser. This is the browser that is available. There is a URL request. This is not ULR. This is the URL request. Then this is the presentation. This is the responses. Then forms. So this is the browser. That means who accept the request, that is the browser. Then there is a ULR request. Then there is a presentation. Then there is a responses, forms. Then this is a web server. So this is the next category, that is a web server. Then there is an experiment system. So after the web server, so there is a connection between the browser and the web server. Browser contact with the web server. So this is the web server. This is the line. This is the one arrow. This is one arrow. This is one arrow. That means the browser contact with the server. Server contact with the browser. Again the browser contact with the server, and the server contact with the browser. So this is the URL request. Then there is a forms. Then there is a presentation. Then there is a responses. So whatever the responses that is available, that is represented with the presentation, or that is represented with the query format. Then this is the experiment system. So after the web server, so there is experiment system, who is or what system is used for the experiment, that is used between the browser and the server, that is represented by the presentation gallery and the participant records, that is a participant report. So whatever the participant report that is available, that is used in the participant category of this one, that is a presentation gallery, and the presentation or participant record, that is a perception reports. We focus our discussion to the web application dimensions of the experiments and assume that the participants are recruited by other professionals. That is, the web applications dimensions of the experiment are given by the web applications, and we assume that the participants are recruited by other professionals. That is, the participants are recruited by the professional of the web application dimensions. The participants will work with their browsers on client computers and connected to our server by the www. So it's the responsibility of the participant that will work and use their servers, we use their browsers on the client computer and connected to our server by the www. Between each client and the server, there are four streams of messages. So there are four streams of messages that is available from the client side. That is, it's a browser, this is the client. From the client side, it is available request for the participation. So this is the request for the participation that is given for this one, and the responses to the forms will be moving to the server. The response will be moving to the server, and all the request is carried out by the browser. So this is nothing but the client server architecture, in which the client, that is the browser, request for the services from the server, and server take the request, process the services, and give the response to the server, or give the response to the browser. That means the client that is fetching the request, or that is taking out the request, that is to the server, and server provides the services to the client. The participants will work with their browsers on client computers connected to our server by www. Between each client and the server, there are four streams of messages, two in each direction. So there is a two lines that is available. Opposite lines are available, like one arrow, one arrow, one arrow, one arrow. From the client, request for the participation and responses to the forms will be moving to the server. From the server, so from the client, the request for the server, that is going, there are four streams of messages, that is request for the participation and responses to the form will be moving to the server. And from the server, this is from the server, presentation and related forms for responses will be sent to the client. This is the responses, that is the presentation. So this arrow says that the presentation will be going from the web server to the browser. This arrow says that the information or the forms will be going from the web server to the browser. There is a ULR or URL LR request, that is from the browser to the web server. Then there is a response that is given to the browser to the web server. Now, the experiment is based on the set of the 25 international facts from the socio-demographic domain, and each fact is represented in three alternative presentations. So this is available in three alternative presentations, that is either in the text form, either in the table form, either in the graphical form. That is available in the experiment system. The experiment system may be of the category of the text, or the textual, then tabular, and the graphical in the gallery of the images. Other presentations such as the voice and animation can be added. That is, other presentation that can be also used as a voice and the animation. Each participant who completes the experiment will see all the 25 facts that is presented in one and only one of the three alternative presentations. So whatever the three alternative presentation that is available, so the user can see all the 25 facts that is presented in one application in one of the three alternative perception or presentation that is used in this one. Following each presentation, the participant is asked to complete a set of the or complete a standard form that about the perceived characteristics of the fact presentation. So whatever the fact presentation, whatever the perceived characteristics that is represented by the fact presentation, that is used to take the standard format about the perceived characteristics of the fact presentation. And with a satisfactory number of participants, the recorded data will permit analysis of the perception characteristics of the three representation form. So whatever the three representational form that is available with the analysis, that is available with the three representational forms, that's subject to the background factors expressed by the individual demographic characteristics. So whatever the demographic characteristic that is represented with the fact and the representation type, that is position in the sequence and display the time. So whatever the time that is represented, that is representable by the facts and the representation type, that is position in sequence and display the. So this is we can say the scenario, that is how the browser contact with the server. So there is a browser that is contacted with the server. So browser contact with the server, and there is a presentation, themes, forms, responses that is going from 1 arrow, 2 arrow, 3 arrow, 4 arrow. So 4 arrows are available. One is from the browser to the server, one is from the server to the browser, then again the browser to the server, and server to the browser. The next topic is the design of the database. That is, what is the designing of the database? That is the design of the database. So the starting point for the design of the experiment is in a database. So starting point for the design of the experiment, that is represented as a database. So that is the starting point for the design of the experiment, that is a database. Several database systems can be used, including Microsoft Access and MySQL. So whatever the system, whatever the database system that can be used, that is including the Microsoft Access and the MySQL. That means we are going to use with the Access or the SQL, and the requirement to the database is that there exists a JDBC driver for the several platforms used. That means the requirement, or there is a that is the requirement that is used, that there exists a JDBC server. So that is the JDBC server is available for the Java database connectivity. In this session, the platform that is used is this one. MS Access is used as a simple solution. Why? Because MS Access is very familiar to the Word and the Excel. Every tool, every tab is the same as we use in the Word and the Excel. So MS Access is one of the better solution, or we can say the simple solution of the design of the database. And the database is the collection of the tables with columns corresponding to the variable. So whenever we are using the collection of the tables and with the columns, that is corresponding to the variable. The database is a collection of tables with columns corresponding to the variable. So whenever we are using the variable that is connected with this one, that is a connection of the collection of the tables with the columns corresponding to variable. Each table row is a recording of an event. So whenever we are using the table row, that is a recording of an event, and each column contains the event values for the variable represented in the particular column and for the particular row. That is, each table row that is represented, that is a recording of an event. So whenever I record any event that is represented in a table row, and each column contains the event value, that means the recording of the event is represented in a value, and whatever the value and whatever the column that is available that contains the event values for the variable represented in the particular column and for the particular row. That is a database, that is a collection of the table, and the table that is contains the various columns that is corresponding to the variables. What's your query, Joseph? Yes, guess VB is in Excel too. That means what's your query, Joseph? Okay, all right, Joseph. Uh, which task? Good day, Joseph. We are going to use the Excel to design the form and the task 3. You are talking about the assignment of the office solution, right? Yes, you are going to use the Excel to design the form about the task number 3. Just a minute, I will open the this one, that is assignments. You want assignment for the office solutions. You want to explain in a theoretical form, that is why the members of the admin staff at the Flying Fishes should be encouraged to develop various features. That is, this is just a theoretical question, that is how the different members, or why the different members of the admin staff is should be encouraged to develop various features. So this is just a format that is used, either you can use in the Word, either you can give in the Notepad, anything. But I think so you prefer MS Word for writing these reports. Yes, Joseph, tell me. Yeah. Hmm. Y- Yes. No, no, no. That's why it is saying that. That's why it is saying add your explanation to your report. If you think so that is not a IT person, you give the comment for this one, that is not a IT person, that why they are using the features and the applications of the application software. Which form, Larry? What's your query? Which form? Which assignment? This is the same assignment. Larry, are you able to hear me, Larry? Hello, Larry. Are you able to hear me? I think there is no contact with the Larry due to some problem. Uh, all right. And Joseph, one question is to you. Shall we have given the, or have given the assignment for research skills? I have given the assignment for the research skills module. I will confirm from you. I have not given, right. Okay, well, that's a confusion in my mind, that whether I have given the research skill assignment or not. Okay, that will give, I will give in this week only. I think all the assignments are over. Okay, okay, okay. One more parts are pending, na? So I will give that part also in this week only. Is it okay? Okay. So shall I give you in this week and the coming week? Is it okay? In January only. Yes, that's why I'm saying, because your course is finished in July, so we are going to in assigning the assignment and then compiling the assignment. So this is a long procedure. Which one? Can you explain? Pardon the question. Okay. Yes. So you want a score in which assignment? Tell me. Okay. Okay. So, for your purpose, that is your assignment, shall I check the assignment for you and give your marks in the this week only for the database? Okay, and the main thing is that, listen, Joseph and the Larry, the main thing is that your front sheet is the same as I have given in the assignment. Your front sheet is the same as I given in the assignment. Front sheet, that is, you have to submit the same exactly. For example, this is assignment, you have to submit the same front sheet with your signature and with your name. This is the main thing. You have submitted over here. You have wrote your name, evidence, page number, signature, and the date. This page is which one? You have submitted all the front sheet for all the assignments. Yes, Joseph, you have submitted this front sheet for all the assignments. Yes, yes, yes. That is a very, we can say, the very important part of every assignment. Okay, what about Larry? You have submitted all the front sheets of all the assignments? Larry, are you able to hear me? I think Larry is offline. So please, Joseph, if you have any contact with any person that is doing that Excel course, have you any contact with any persons? So please, please, okay, please tell them submit the assignment, and the main thing is that they have to submit the assignment front sheet the same exactly what I have given to you. Please pass the messages. No, no, no. I haven't seen, but I have received. I have to check for it. If you say, I will check in this week only. Yeah, I have received via mail. No doubt. In this week only for database, as I told you. Joseph, listen carefully. Please, please, please pass the messages to everyone. Then please submit the assignment. With the front sheet is the main part. Okay. What about Larry? Larry is offline right now. Okay, back. So Larry, are you able to hear me? Larry, are you able to hear me? So please, Joseph, I think there is no contact with the Larry. There is some voice problem. So please contact the Larry also, and tell the Larry also that please submit all the front sheet of the all the assignments. Okay. And one of my I want one opinion from you, that whether you are able to do the assignment on your own or with the use of internet. You have whether you have done your assignment by your own, or you have used the internet, that is you are seeking the information from the internet for completing the assignment. Hmm. 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 All right. Okay. So shall I continue with the class? Pardon, pardon, pardon. Yes. Using internet, then Joseph, I am not able to hear your voice clearly. Can you chat with me for this what you said? Hello, 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 hello.